And as an architect, the client comes to me and he wants to do the right thing. And he wants to do a building that is energy efficient. It takes advantage of the latest technologies. It meets all the latest regulatory requirements. It is LEED certified. It takes advantage of NYSERDA programs, and it takes advantage of whatever financing programs are out there. And I got to tell you, I studied architecture to be an architect, not an energy consultant or a LEED consultant. And LEED is just one element. So what can you tell us? What is a strategy that we can do so that my client doesn't have to hire a basketball team of consultants? And when I say a team of consultants, I mean, you know, an engineer is many, many people. An architect is many, many people that can help. How can I help steer my client in the right direction to get the building that needs to be built in this day and time without exhausting his resources for design fees, without exhausting his resources for energy audits and different consultants that makes him say, I'm not going to do this. It's just not worth it for me to do it because I can't afford to do it at the design phase. So what can you tell me to tell my client and to help me steer him in the right direction?
Okay, I think there are some people in the back who might not have heard that question, so I'm going to repeat it or paraphrase if you don't mind. His question is, if he's an architect and if he has a client who wants certification, who wants to take advantage of the programs, who wants an energy audit, who wants to save money, who wants all of these features, how can he accomplish that for them without having to take on a whole team of consultants? So I'm going to pass this to Emma.
So my answer would be to come through our new construction program. And let me explain why. Sorry, that was really loud. And this, for information's sake, is a program that works for both gut rehabs of existing buildings, fitting out a new space, or complete new construction. And I'm not sure whether you're talking about residential or commercial. Both. Okay. So we have them on both sides, and for the commonality between both programs is that we provide an incredible amount of technical consultant services that are both cost shared or completely paid for. For our commercial new construction, we pay the first $10,000 of the consulting fees for this design work. Plus, we have all kinds of bonuses if you're going LEED, if you want green building services. These are people who work on these buildings all the time. They're vetted by us because we got them through a competitive solicitation. So if you're interested in bringing someone onto your team to help provide that help at the design phase without having to go through the rigmarole of finding all these your people, come through us. I mean, we have them listed. There's a list of people you can pick them off. I think we have 7 working in New York City for new construction. For multifamily, we have a whole list of multifamily performance partners who can provide the same service, and we also cover a lot of their fees as well. So yeah, we pay that first $10,000, and then we cost share 50-50 after that, and then we have all these other bonuses for the green design.
Thank you. Yes?
I have a quick question, and I was going to ask you, I've just engaged a multifamily, well, for a NYSERDA performance partner, and my question was, you can't go directly to NYSERDA to do what you need to do. You need to go to the consultants, like Community Environmental Center or EME, right? Part of the fee, part of the incentives will pay them back for doing an energy modeling, for doing, suggesting the lighting, that will make your building green.
Okay, to paraphrase that question before I hand it to Emma, she was asking about third-party services, and I believe they're called providers by NYSERDA, so if you could define for the audience what a NYSERDA-approved provider is. All right, thank you, Emma.
So the fast answer to that is there isn't a fast answer to that because all of our programs work differently, which I apologize for how confusing that might be. For our multifamily program, we do have multifamily performance partners, and there's a list of them. I forget exactly how many. I think we might 20, 25 different ones that work in the city that have people on staff that are Building Performance Institute certified, have been working with these buildings. So yes, for multifamily you do that. For commercial, new construction does have providers that are contracted with us. Existing buildings doesn't. It's really kind of on a program by program basis. It's a little confusing. Please just call us. We'll put you in the right place.
So
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%. You can't learn it all unless you're doing that.
Yeah, that comment was that you can't know it all, you need to get a team, and you absolutely need to get a team, and we'd love to be part of it.
Can I just?
Mic issues here.
On some of those things, there's just no way around having a team because NYSERDA is just one part of the team. If you want federal incentives, if you want to pick up on the Energy Policy Act, you have to know stuff about the Energy Policy Act. If you're doing something that's a weatherization assistance program, that has nothing to do with NYSERDA. So again, there's different programs, there's different things for different people. Again, there's another program who competes with NYSERDA. And that's Public Energy Solutions, part of the Converge Group. They're a competitor as far as if you're south of 30th Street on the west side and south of 40th on the east side. It might be easier to go with a different program. So again, you know, it'd be great to say there's just one way to do things. There's not, you know. So who's going to be your first pick on your team? Maybe they can fulfill a lot of roles.
Okay, I'm going to take one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up. Yes, please.
Sorry, I'll just sit down. I'm just kind of wondering what you guys are seeing in terms of kind of an acceptable payback for these programs in the market, because I imagine obviously it's going to vary by technology, but is there some kind of market payback that you're seeing, lender, consultants, lawyers, you know, NYSERDA?
What is a typical market payback period for these issues? Mike?
You know, without getting into specifics, market payback, the simple, or what we consider relatively simple items that an owner of a multifamily building, existing multi-building, would pursue, which would achieve efficiencies and enhance bottom line, payback would be over a year or two. And on the investment, and then you know, continued cash flow. You know, simple things. Now, certainly other items. You know, there are some big ticket items that you can invest in to achieve efficiencies that are going to have a longer payback term. But you know, you can find this stuff and check it out and you know, and do the numbers. Anyone else?
Yes, Emma.
Just a couple. One is, I mean, I think the city legislature defines it as 5 years.
7.
Oh,
for
7.
Local law 86.
Okay. So they're saying that anything that pays back within 7 years, I guess, is kind of mandatory. So that might become the new standard. For now, the projects I'm seeing coming through, 2-3 years is a good number. But I also see people packaging things. So your lighting may pay back in 8 months, and your chiller might pay back in 5 years, and you put them together, and the overall package will pay back in 3 years, and someone will be able to float that to their management. So that's one way to get around that.
Great. Oh, yes, Stephen.
There's a really interesting study that just came out from NIOP that got beat up very badly in the blogosphere, and you know, so I had an article about it, and some other people that also blog had articles about it, and we went back and forth. But it was very interesting because this study, it was a model, and NIOP took a bunch of energy efficiency features that it based around a 10-year payback, so no photovoltaics, no geothermal. And the goal of the study was to see if you could achieve 30% reduction in ASHRAE 90.1. And they came up with payback periods of between 8.8 and 15.3 in 3 different climate zones. So it was Baltimore, Chicago, Santa Monica. And then the spread in terms of energy efficiency was something like 15% to 23%. And NIOP said, look, you know, one, this is a